In his off time, a Hollywood movie producer has come up with a novel way to keep homeless people warm on these chilly nights.
Chip Yost is live in Westwood with more on the invention called the EDAR. Chip, this is really interesting.
It is. This is it. This is the EDAR right here. It stands for Everyone Deserves a Roof. You see it kind of rolls a little bit like a cart, but if I can do this correctly, you shake it out a little bit. It folds out. This side does, and also this side, but I'll just show you this for right now. If you look on the inside here, you got a little bed in there. Sounds like a great idea for a homeless person. They can roll this around, fold it out at the night, go to bed right here instead of on the concrete. Sounds like a great idea, at least to some people, but there are some who aren't on the bandwagon just yet. Look around the streets of L.A. County long enough and you know.
Then I have the blanket, she lays that down. Then I put this in here. Then I fold my chair up and I put it in there and we lay down and go to sleep.
Homelessness is a problem that could be getting worse.
We've had more families show up in the first 3 days of our winter shelters in Burbank, West L.A., and Culver City and downtown than we had all of last season for 3.5 months.
Here's how you push it. Pretty maneuverable.
Enter movie producer Peter Samuelson. The movie producer, known for hits like Revenge of the Nerds, has an invention that rolls like a shopping cart and pops up like a tent that he thinks could make life on the streets a little more bearable. It was an inspired creation.
My epiphany was that I met a woman, and when I was doing my interviews, I asked her, "Where do you sleep at night, my dear?" And she said, "Come with me." And she took me by the hand. And off of the 405 freeway, behind the bushes, there was a huge cardboard box with some plastic draped over it. And it had been raining, and it was disgusting, and it stank, and it was awful.
But Samuelson's creative solution isn't without its detractors. In an LA Times story tomorrow, one legal scholar says some law enforcement types are worried the EDAR, as it's known, could be considered a dwelling, and police would need a search warrant to get inside it. Others have raised not in my backyard concerns that the rolling tents could pop up everywhere, an argument Samuelson dismisses.
Don't tell me that someone has to sleep on damp concrete. It's absurd.
Now, tomorrow's LA Times has a very interesting, in-depth story on the EDAR, including a story about a woman who's actually using it. She's one of the test cases. There are about 60 of these around LA County right now being tested, and this is one interesting point to make here. The guy who invented this, Peter Samuelson, he says, hey, he agrees with some of the critics in this respect. He says if we can burn all these, great, he'll be the one to light the match. But he says right now there are not enough beds. There are about 12,000 beds in LA County for homeless people, an estimated 70,000 plus homeless people on the street. So until we get enough beds for homeless people in real buildings, he wants to keep building more of these, and they cost about $500 to make. Right now, like I said, 60 out there. He wants to get a lot more on the street. Reporting live in West